Hey everybody, it's CrabMTG here, and today we have an extremely fun Kobold Tribal Legacy deck tech in Jund, which seems like it's going to be a very janky deck, but it's actually much less janky than you might think. It still is very janky, but it does have some interesting combos in it, so let's get into it. So our kobolds, we have 4 copies of Kobolds of Kher Keep, 4 copies of Crookshank Kobolds, and 4 copies of Crimson Kobolds, along with 4 copies of Rograkh, son of Rohgahh. And all of them are 0 mana 0/1s. So we want to dump as many of these cards as we can onto the battlefield from our hand for free. So next up, these cards are janky. However, they are exclusively Kobold Tribal, which is awesome. And they're just really awesome cards. I love them. So first up, we've got Kobold Taskmaster, which is 1 in red for a 1/2 Kobold that says other Kobolds you control get +1/+0. And Kobold Overlord says all your Kobolds get first strike. And Kobold Drill Sergeant says all Kobolds get +0/+1 and have trample. So that's pretty nice. Then we have some big creatures with Rohgahh of Kher Keep, the father of Rograkh, son of Rohgahh. And he's the only other legendary Kobold. And he's just so awesome. So Rohgahh is a 2 black red 5/5 legendary creature. And it says all Kobolds of Kher Keep get +2/+2. So all creatures named Kobolds of Kher Keep get +2/+2. But then he says at the beginning of your upkeep, you have to pay 3 red mana, or else Rohgahh and all creatures you control named Kobolds of Kher Keep come under the control of target opponent. So you gotta pay that upkeep cost, but it's just so awesome. It's worth it. Next up we have Prossh, Skyraider of Kher, which is a 3 black red green legendary dragon with flying. And he says sacrifice a creature. Prossh gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That can be a win con if we have enough creatures and we can sacrifice all of them to Prossh, making him a 25 or something. And then that can swing for the win. But the important thing on Prossh is that he says, whenever you cast Prossh, Skyraider of Kher, put X 0/1 Kobold creature tokens named Kobold of Kher Keep onto the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Prossh. And we've got all these little kobolds worshipping him in the background. So if we have both of these guys on the battlefield, then basically we've got a big army of 2/3s, which is really nice, and soon enough our opponents will be dead. Also, if we have a big army of 0/1s, we have Burn Bright and Triumph of the Hordes, where we can play Burn Bright on a seemingly harmless group of 0/1s, and then soon enough your opponents are dead because it's enough damage. Then Triumph of the Horde says, is a sorcery that says until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1, trample, and infect. So it kind of works in the same way. We have a seemingly harmless group of 0/1s, and then boom, all our creatures become 1/2s with infect. It's good. Then we have a very, very, very good card in our deck, which is Kher Keep, which is legendary land that says that can tap for colorless, and we can pay 1 in the red and tap it and put a 0/1 Kobold into play. So this can also help build up our Kobold army. Then we have a Bloodstained Mire, which is a Rakdos fetch land, and Blood Crypt, which is the Rakdos shock land. Then we have Wooded Foothills and Stomping Ground, the Gruul fetch land and shock land, 4 copies of both of those. Then we're running 2 mountains, 1 forest, and 1 swamp. And that's it. And remember, you gotta subscribe, like, share, comment what do you think of the deck. And I'll see you next time.